All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started, everyone. Welcome. My name is Lauren with the West Fargo Public Library. Thank you for joining us for our first virtual story time that we're giving a chance tonight. We're starting this week's story time focusing on forest animals. So those are things like fox or owls, bears, rabbits, all kinds of things you might see out in the woods. So tonight, what we're going to do, we'll have a few stories, and then we'll do some of the activities that are in your kit there. So I'll tell you when you need to grab one of those kits, but to start, we're going to read some stories. All right, so our first book is called Bear Came Along by Richard T. Morris, illustrated by Leon Pham. Once there was a river that flowed night and day, but it didn't know it was a river until Bear came along. Bear was just being curious when he realized what the river could do. Uh-oh, but he didn't know he was on an adventure until, let's see who's coming up there. Froggy hopped on. Froggy was a lonely frog who was looking for a friend, but she didn't know how many she had until, let's see who's there. The turtle showed up. The turtles tried to warn them about the things that could go wrong, but they didn't know how to enjoy the ride until Beaver climbed aboard. Beaver was born to captain. He knew exactly where to go, but he didn't know about the detours until, the raccoons dropped in. The raccoons were so excited about the twists and turns ahead. But they didn't know they had to be careful until they crashed into Duck. Duck was so content being right where she was, but she didn't know there was a world to see until, uh-oh. You see where they're heading? Right over a waterfall. Bear held on to Froggy. Froggy held on to Turtles. Turtles held on to Beaver. Beaver held on to raccoons. Raccoons held on to Duck. Oh, what a ride. So many different animals living their separate lives, but they didn't know they were in it together until the river came along. Do they look like they're having fun? Yeah. All right, we'll read another story here. This one is about a bunch of different animals again, but it's focusing on Mr. Fox there. Fox and the Jumping Contest by Corey Tabor. The jumping contest was only a few days away, and Fox was determined to win first prize. He would put the trophy right there, just above the fireplace. While the other animals practiced, Fox schemed. When you're a fox, every contest is a scheming contest. Aha, said Fox, I know just the thing. He built the jetpack and painted it to match his fur so nobody would notice. At last, it was the day of the jumping contest. The judges were ready. The animals stretched until they were properly stretchy. Frog jumped first. He got extra points for style. Turtle did better than expected. Did he get very high? A little bit. Elephant couldn't jump at all, but she didn't mind. She was good at other things. Bear jumped the loudest. Then it was Rabbit's turn. Do you see how high Rabbit got? Fox was last. He took a deep breath. He lifted a paw to test the wind. He wiggled his tail, closed his eyes, and jumped. winner, shouted the animals, bravo. But where did Fox go? Did I see Fox? Way up high. Oh, there he was. Whoa. His scheme had worked too well, and he jumped a little high. Luckily, Fox never left home without his emergency inflatable space helmet. Unluckily, he'd forgotten a parachute. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, the animals were still searching for Fox, but he was nowhere to be found. They would just have to start the award ceremony without him. Do you guys see Fox anywhere? Way up high. The judges gave Elephant 5th place, but she didn't mind. 5 was her favorite number, and 5th was her favorite place. Turtle got 4th place for exceeding expectations. Frog was awarded 3rd place for best high-flying, non-musical dramatic performance by an amphibian. Bear got 2nd place. The judges were scared to give him anything less. And then, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, mammals and birds, amphibians, reptiles, and pachyderms, first prize goes to Fox. Do you see where Fox landed? Right in the trophy. Oh dear. The trophy fit right there, just above the fireplace. Fox smiled. Now, if only he could remember where he'd left his jetpack. See where the trophy is? And do you see who has the jetpack now? The bear. The end. All right. So now we're going to do our first STEM activity. So you can grab the STEM kit number 1. That's the one that has the blue sheet of paper with it and some pieces of paper. There's a bunch of little pieces that kind of look like this. There you go. All right. So for our first activity, it's kind of focused on math, which is the M in STEM. And what we're focusing on are different shapes, which are types of, which are found in math concepts there. So we're gonna see if you guys know some of these shapes here. Do you guys know what this one is? To start, this is a circle. And with all the different shapes, they can come in sizes. Yes, good job. So we have 2 circles that are going to be part of this activity here. We have a really big one and a little one. All right. Next. There you go. Good job. Can you guys find the rectangles and hold them up? There should be 2 little rectangles. Oh, I see a couple of you have them. Good job. They look like that. All right, next is the triangle. So triangle has 3 sides, and there's a bunch of different size triangles in our kit. Yep, so I see someone's holding up 2 there. I see a couple there. Good job. I think you guys found them all. So we have 4 triangles in our kit. We have a large one, and this one that's really pointy, and then the 2 smaller ones. Awesome job. And then the last shape you guys have, this might be a tricky one. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this before. It's called a pentagon. And it's called a pentagon because it has 5 sides. And the beginning of the word penta means 5. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Good job. You guys found that there? All right. So now we're going to use these shapes to make, you guys guess what animal this is? A fox, yep. This is a fox. So you guys can grab all of those shapes you just named and your glue, and then we're gonna put them on our piece of paper here. So we're gonna start with that 5-sided shape, the pentagon. And you're gonna go ahead, grab your glue and stick it down kind of in the middle of the paper. So right there. So give you a second to do that here. And you want a flat side on the bottom, just like that. But if you have it a different way, that's okay too. All right, and next up, good job. We're gonna grab that big circle. This is gonna be the belly of our fox, and it's gonna go right on top of your pentagon, just like that. And once we all have it glued together later, you can color it too, so you can see all the different shapes. But it's gonna go right on top there. And you can kind of just put it right in the middle. If you can see mine here, a little towards the bottom or right in the middle, but right on top. Good job. All right. Good job. See your shapes coming together. Next up, we're going to grab the two little rectangles. You guys guess what these might be? They're going to be the legs of our fox. So you're going to glue each of your little rectangles right down here, right next to each other. All right. And they can kind of touch right on the bottom there, just like that. Oh, it's sort of hard to see my circle in there. There we go. Good job. I see some legs on our fox. All right, next we're going to grab the largest triangle. And this is going to be the head of our fox. So we're going to glue it down right just above the pentagon. So we want a point going down, and it can kind of touch right in the middle of the circle there. Just like that. So you kind of layer them on top of each other. But you want that point going down because that's going to look like the fox's nose. You can see here. So that point comes right down there.
Or a snout.
There you go. Or the snout, did someone say? Yep. Good job. All right, now we're going to grab the little circle. And this is the very tip of the nose. So it's going to go right on the point, right there. All right, so right on top there. Good job. And we should just have 3 more triangles left to do. So next up, we're going to grab the smaller triangles, and those are going to go right up here. Can you guess what part of the fox that is? The ears. All right, so you can glue both of those down. And then we just have one last triangle to glue on. There are the ears on top. And our very last triangle is going to be our tail. So that we just kind of glue off to the side here. You can do the smaller pointy end right next to the pentagon, or you can flip it like that too, however you'd like to do your tail. My glue stick is running out here. All right. And that is all of your pieces on your box. So there's a few other things with this kit here. There is this sheet that you can glue on the back as well. And this is just so you can count out and practice your shapes too. So you can count how many triangles you used, how many circles you used, how many rectangles and pentagons you used, and you can practice that later as well. And the very last step of this is to color it. But since we have a few more activities to go, I'll just ask you guys to wait until. Did you have a question?
When are we going to use these?
Those will come up in a little bit. We're going to do one more story and then we'll have 2 more activities after that.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds good? All right.
Also, my cousins are on the Zoom meeting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Claire, the one that says Mason.
Awesome. Well, that's fun. You guys can all take part. So when we're all done here, because we're just going to keep moving along, but when we're all done here, you guys can also color your fox too. So you can add some eyes to your fox, color in whatever color you'd like, maybe give the belly a different color. And then as I did back here, you can count out your shapes and practice those shapes and counting as well. All right. But as you guys kind of finish up with that, I'm going to get started on our next story, and then we'll do the next 2 bags activities in your kit there. So the next story is about a little owl. It's called I'm Not Cute by Jonathan Allen. What do you guys think? Is he kind of cute? I think so. Did you have another question?
Are we supposed to glue these down on the piece of paper?
Yep, you can glue those down too if you want. It says My Shape Fox. So if you want to name it, you can. Otherwise, you can leave those off. We just kept them in the kit for you if you want.
Okay.
All right. I'm not cute. Baby Owl decided to explore the woods. Nobody will bother me, he thought. Then along came Rabbit. You're so cute, Baby Owl, said Rabbit, and so small. And Rabbit gave Baby Owl a great big hug. I'm not cute, said Baby Owl, and I'm not small. I am a huge and scary hunting machine with great big soft and silent wings. Then along came Fox. Doing a little dance, Baby Owl? Asked Fox. You're so cute and so fluffy. And Fox gave Baby Owl a great big hug. I'm not cute, said Baby Owl, and I am not fluffy. I am a huge, sleek hunting machine with great big see-in-the-dark eyes. Then along came Squirrel. You're so cute, Baby Owl, said Squirrel, with those big baby eyes. And Squirrel gave Baby Owl a great big hug. Uh-oh. I don't think Baby Owl's gonna like that. I am not cute, shouted Baby Owl, and I don't have big baby eyes. Then along came Mom. There you are. How's my Baby Owl? Asked Mom. It's not fair, said Baby Owl. Rabbit, Fox, and Squirrel all say I'm cute, but I'm not. Of course you're not cute, said Baby Owl, said Mom. You're a huge, scary, sleek, sharp-eyed hunting machine. And Mom gave Baby Owl a great big hug. Baby Owl thought for a moment. But I am cute, said Baby Owl. I am. Poor Baby Owl, said Mom. You're tired. It's bedtime for you. Mom tucked Baby Owl into his warm, cozy bed. She read him a story, and Baby Owl drifted off to sleep. You're so cute, Baby Owl, whispered Mom. For a huge, scary, sleek, sharp-eyed hunting machine, that is. Good night, Baby Owl. And he went off to sleep. The end. All right, so next up, you're gonna grab your craft kit. So that's the one with just one toilet paper roll in it. And there you go. Just the one toilet paper roll, yep. And this is what we're gonna be making. Can you guys tell what this is? A cute little baby owl. All right, so first thing, you're gonna grab out that toilet paper roll. We'll kind of go step by step with this, just like we did the last one. I'll walk you through it. So grab your toilet paper roll. And the first thing we're gonna do is fold down the top to make our owl's ears. So to do that, just pick one side and kind of smush it down a bit. And then you'll turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. And then you can kind of pinch the ears together a bit. So we'll make some triangles there. All right. Might take a little bit of folding and pushing down. There we go. Good job. All right. The next part, you can dig into your bag for the two bigger paper pieces here. It's actually from a cupcake wrapper.
Would you mind showing the what? Show the what?
Oh, the fold? Yep. So you can kind of push down on one side. So it bends like that. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side. So it forms.
Thank you.
All right. And now we're going to grab a marker, something to color with. And these are the wings of your owl. So you can quickly color one side of these however you want your wings to be. If you can see right there, we did sort of brown colors. And you only need to do one side because you won't really see the back side. So just the two bigger pieces and color those. You could do circles or polka dots too. It doesn't have to be colored all one color. You can do lots of different designs. And if you're using a marker, it might take a little bit to dry, so it could be a little smudgy for a minute. I'm just going to do some polka dots on my wings, just like that. When you have them colored, or if you want to leave them blank, you can do that too. We're going to grab our glue again, and we're going to glue it right down on the back side. So you're going to put glue on the part you colored, just right on the edge here. And then we're going to push it down onto the back of our owl. So I put glue on the side I colored. And then I'm going to attach it on the back. So push down a little bit. So it's attached like that. So this will be the front of my owl. And then you'll do the same thing with the other wing, but just put it on the other side there. I actually put that a little across there. But I like that. Oh, I made this one a little sideways. We'll fix that quick. There we go. So your wings will be attached just like that. Did you have a question? Oh, I need you to unmute though. Here, I can do that. All right, I think you're unmuted now. Did you have a question?
My name is Claire, and are you drawing a fox yet?
Are those, or what are you gonna do with your fox?
Are we going to draw it yet?
Are you gonna draw them, did you say? You can later. Yep, we're gonna do a couple more activities and then you can color them if you want after that, okay? All right, I think we see one wing on there.
This is hard to do.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to do. And you can, if you don't want to fold that down or if you need someone to help you, you can wait on that part too. And you can just leave it popped up. That works too.
Yeah, can you help me?
Yep, so you kind of fold down one side and then fold the other on top. I will be right back. I got to grab another glue stick. All right. So now we're going to grab those other paper pieces. I see 2 wings there. All right, so you should have 3 or 4 of those other little paper pieces. And these are kind of going to make the belly of our owl. So we sort of layer them so they look kind of ruffly and fun there. So how we do this is we start by gluing one down towards the bottom. So just put a little glue right on the paper and then just stick it down right on top, just like that. So I have one glued just at the bottom of my owl on the front side there. And then what we're going to do with the next one, put glue on the back side again, and then just put it up a little bit higher. And you can do this however you want to. If you only want 2 of them, we could just do that too, however many you want to use. So this one I glued up just a little bit higher so you can kind of see the edges of both of them. Oopsie, but I didn't put enough glue on it. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing with one more. So you can kind of see I have 3 layers there. And you can also add colors to this too if you want. So we did polka dots there, you can leave it white. Do you have a question?
Are we gonna use this really tiny one for the belly?
Yep, you can. Yep, you can use. Yep. So you can use as many of those as you want. I only use 3 here, but I think we give you 4, so you can use all 4 if you want.
Can you go a little lower?
A little lower.
Slower.
Oh, slower. Sorry. Yeah.
She wants you to go slower because she can't she's littler, so she can't glue as fast. So
Yep. We'll wait a second here. So we got the wing. Oops. Slippery owl. So we have the wings on the back. And then we glue the 3 pieces right on top there. And if you already have yours glued on, you can use your markers or crayons to color on the belly too if you'd like. Good job. Yep, did you have a question?
can we color it?
Yep, you can color it if you'd like. So with our example here, we did kind of polka dots on the middle and then we colored the wings. So you can kind of make your owl however you'd like. You can also color the toilet paper roll as well too if you want. But we have 3 more pieces to glue on too. So we'll give you another minute here to do some decoration and then we'll glue those final pieces on our owl. Then you can have your own little forest owl. Good job, you guys. Nice. All right. So you guys can keep coloring if you want, but I'm going to show you the next steps to glue on. And you can take time and finish that. So we're going to grab our teeny tiny little orange. Do you guys remember what shape this is? The orange triangle. And this is going to be the beak of your owl. So you're going to put that right above your last little piece of paper, sort of right in the middle there. And then the eyes will go on top of that. So we don't want it too high because then our eyes won't fit. So we want it down a little lower here. All right. You want to make sure you put enough glue on that little piece there so it sticks nice. We don't want it to stick to our fingers like mine is. All right. Your beak is on. All right. Awesome. Oh, you got the eyes too. Good job. All right, the last two things we're going to glue on are the circles for the eyes. So the first step is to color some smaller circles inside there, just like that. So we use black there, but you can use whatever color you'd like, just so you have both parts of the eyes there. Just like this. And then we're going to glue that just above where you glued your beak, so right up top. All right, so again, make sure you have plenty of glue on the eyes so they'll stick. Nice. So there's one, and the other one's going to go right next to it. Mine is into my paper. All right. And then there's the last part of your owl, and you can always add more decorations to it later. Good job. Finish up real quick, and then we just have one last activity we'll do real quick for you guys so we can finish up here. So if you're done with your owl, you can set that aside for a minute and go ahead and grab your last kit there. All right, good job. Done. Awesome, I think we'll have some cool looking owls flying around. All right, so we just have one last thing to do tonight, and this is another STEM activity. So this one is involving the home of a lot of these forest animals. A lot of animals, like the owl, live in a tree. So what we're doing now is doing a little bit of engineering. Engineering, that's the E in STEM, is the process of building and designing something to solve a problem. So the problem we have tonight is how can we make a tree, maybe a tree for our owl, using just the things inside this little baggie here. Think about that a little bit. Could these be some leaves maybe? Could they balance on top? Does that kind of look like a tree? Yep, do you have a question?
Do we get to add the pom-poms?
Yes, you can. That's the next part. So the first step is figuring out if you can make a tree. The next part is we think of these as these could be little baby birds, or these could be little apples in the trees, things that animals might eat in the forest. So the next step would be seeing if you could make a tree that can hold the pom-poms on it. Will they balance on top? How many can you fit on there? Can you count them all? Could you fit them all on there? So there's lots of ways to challenge yourself. The second toilet paper roll, for an even bigger challenge, can you build it up twice as high? And are you able to balance them? I don't have a table underneath me, or I'd show you guys a little bit more, but my hands might be too shaky to hold it up. I think I saw some hands. Do we have a question?
What's your question?
Can they be doctors too?
Can they be? Yeah, they can be whatever's in your imagination. Do we have another question?
Are you allowed to like tape or glue it together?
Nope. So we're going to try to use this without tape or glue. So see if you can balance it or figure out just the right way to make them stand. See if you can use all of the pieces. Can you use all the craft sticks and the 2 toilet paper rolls? Can they balance all of the pom-poms? So that's a bit of the engineering process, is trial and error. So testing it, seeing if you can make it work.
For the branches, can you just like glue it behind, so or just like this?
Nope, nope. So we're just going to use balance. So just figuring out how you can
Just like that?
build. Yep, that would work.
I want a bunch of balance.
You got a bunch to balance. Good job. Awesome. So there's a lot of different ways you guys can do this. It's all about experimenting and designing your own tree and building. So you guys can keep doing this one as many times and as long as you would like. Do you have a question quick?
I can't glue one of my sticks on.
You can't get one of your sticks on? That's okay. Maybe we have one too many. Or maybe you can add it in another place, maybe down in the bottom or in between. So you don't have to use everything. It's kind of building how you want, using your imagination and trial and error to figure it out, which is all part of the engineering process. All right. And with that, that is our last activity for the night. You guys can keep working on this if you want, or use it again tomorrow. Give it a try. Maybe show it to your family members. But just want to say thank you guys for coming out tonight. Do we have any last questions before we close out? Oh, I see someone has a lot. You're welcome. And if you guys want to join us next week, we're focusing on, you're welcome. We're talking about farm. On the farm.
Do anything else with the pom-poms?
Yep, you can do whatever you like with those. You could even maybe add them to your owl.
So we could like glue them onto an owl or fox?
If you want to, yep.
I want to do that right now.
Go ahead. That's very creative. That's a good idea. Or you can keep experimenting too, whatever you like.
Also, can you just like, could you just like make, so can you like make an owl a little tree and you can just like go like that and glue like that if you can make your own little tree that actually stays?
Yep, you could do that. That's a good idea, building in a permanent tree so your owl can live in that.
I'm gonna need this a lot, Mia. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming out tonight. We hope to see you in the next couple weeks for our story times. Have fun with your forest animals and your trees. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah.